Jaylen Jackson was one that we just talked to a little bit ago. Just kind of curious what his role is within that room. Obviously, you bring some guys back. You got Dylan Lee, had a nice spring, but where does Jaylen kind of fit into that?
Yeah, Jaylen's his poise, his leadership, his desire to be great. He's one who's been through, multiple fall camps. So I think his leadership, the room is young. And my goal is for the room to have a race to maturity. We need to grow up every single day. We need to learn from what we're doing every single day. And his leadership and guidance has been invaluable. I think he was the only one over the age of 20 up until about, a week or 10 days ago. So I think, he collectively brings everyone together, and I appreciate his enthusiasm, his passion, his energy at practice. And, even just as a football player, he's different than, he's got a little bit different skill set than everyone in the room. Good out of the backfield catching the ball. He can run the ball from A gap to D gap to the perimeter. You can split him out and do choice routes, hitches. He provides a wide variety of skill set, and appreciate the work that he's putting in because the guys are rallying around him.
Was there a process for him? I know he did get in the first part of spring before getting nicked up a little bit, but the process for him getting used to just the speed of this defense maybe versus one in the MAC and just kind of get into that adjustment for him.
Yeah, this defense is pretty good defense. So every day it's a challenge for us. And just the structure of it and how multiple it can be, and the wide variety of where pressures can come from, and how he needs to be able to see that pre-snap. But I never saw like a level of hesitation from him, a level of doubt. He's a confident kid, and he should be, because he's got a really good skill set. But I don't think there was any moment for him where this is too fast, this is too big. Not for 1 second. I've really appreciated his investment in how we're teaching, how we're learning, his precision into, okay, this is maybe my first check in a pass protection, then identifying, no, I may have to go and add myself to a potential slide side. He's done a really good job with picking everything up quickly.
You mentioned his confidence. When you look at him coming in as a senior with guys like Abu and Carson being sophomores, how have you seen him approach, taking on a new role, maybe having to take a step back to some underclassmen, but still, giving his best effort?
Yeah, he knows who he is, and he understands what his role can be. Well, let's take that role and let's own that role. Now, where can I, as an individual player, talking for Jaylen, where can I expand my role? And then along the way, his humility to help Abu, to help Carson, to help Easton and Dylan, to help the room grow is what I've really appreciated. But he understands his role. Now it's where can we continue to expand your role, just so you're not a first and second down back. Where can we put you in on third down? Can you go in and pass pro? And those are things that we're continuing to work on every day. He has the mindset and intent to go in there and block. And if you've got that, that's over half the battle. Now it's the technique, it's the fine-tuning, and he's really grasped what we're teaching, what we're doing, and he's doing a good job.
And kind of going off of that, the flip side, what has bringing him in done to kind of push, especially Abu, Carson, Dylan, to up their games even further, knowing there's that competition?
Oh, iron sharpens iron. And there's high competition daily. If you don't show up ready to go, ready to compete, you'll be exposed. Because there's championship level urgency in everything we're doing daily. We're working to do things in an uncommon way, uncommon work ethic, discipline, accountability, trust, speed. My goal is for them to play with one speed, and that's physical. And for him to come in and push the room, for them to push each other, it's been unbelievable. I appreciate the work they're putting in. Coach Sheldon as well. I mean, I said it in the spring, the closest groups are going to have the most success. They're really close, but they push each other every single day.
You mentioned Jaylen's ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. We saw it from Carson a little bit last year. Didn't see it so much from Abu, but a guy who played defensive back as well in high school's got to have ball skills.
Yeah.
How much of a emphasis was it, given the quality receivers you have and tight ends, to have more of a threat in the passing game as well as the run game out of the backfield?
Yeah, it's huge. In the pass game, you're looking for matchups, and if you've got to guard 13 and 9 and then 18, okay, well, who's in the backfield? Is it one of those couple running backs? Okay, well, then maybe it's an inside linebacker that may have to defend a running back. So it's like football. I mean, you're trying to be as multiple and complex yet simple. So it's just finding matchups and where can we put this piece of the puzzle out there because he's going to get matched up with that guy, or vice versa. Maybe it's putting this guy split out because the corner's got to take them, and then put someone else in the. I mean, there's so many different ways you can do it. Yet, what can we execute? And that's what we're finding out daily. Well, let's go do this. Well, maybe we can execute it. Well, then we can't do it. So it's all about letting our guys go out there and play football, not think football.
You've spoken about how Jaylen Jackson presents a unique ability with his ability to make plays in the passing game. How do you coach that? Because that's obviously part of your position group, but it's also part of Coach Pauley's and the passing game coordinator and all of that stuff.
Yeah, as a former coordinator, you almost got to know everything and see everything. But to have an asset like that in Coach Pauley, hey, how would you teach this at the top of the route? Verse man, verse zone. To have an asset like Coach Mauser, who's doing that with the tight ends. He does an unbelievable job. And even Coach Waters has coached tight ends, to ask him, hey, what are the quarterbacks seeing here? What can maybe I do here? It's a room that's unbelievable in terms of there's no ego. Everyone's doing everything to put our players in a position to have success. It's not who's right, it's what's right. And this staff is really close. I think of what Coach Clanton and he's doing with that offensive line, and just to see the way that they're trending in a positive direction daily. It's so fun. So we're helping each other. If there's something that maybe I'm stuck on, I'll ask. And we're all willing to help each other.
Jaylen's obviously got a unique path to coming to Iowa State, starting at JUCO, going to the MAC, and now coming to the Big 12. What does that say about his perseverance and just commitment to improving?
Oh, he's determined. But like all of us, everything happens for a reason. And he's here for a reason. Why that is, I don't know. But he's really, he's grasped onto the championship standard, the championship detail, the championship expectations that we have for him daily. And he's fully invested and looking towards success with him.
With Abu, he had the huge games against Kansas State, BYU, highlight reel games, and then, other games like the bowl game, a few before that, maybe the production wasn't the same. What does a more consistent, like Abu Sama, look like to you? How are you tasked with kind of getting him there?
Oh, consistency is the truest measure of performance. And for him, it's how consistent can we be in the meeting room? How consistent can we be in the weight room? How consistent can we be in the walkthrough? Because if you win the walkthrough, the chance of you winning Indy period is very high. And the chances of you winning the Indy period to go to team periods is very high. So it's just consistency in everything. And working with him to have precision in detail in all details. Because when you have that, and when he's on, he's on. In the spring, early in the spring, the blips may have been a little bit bigger in terms of a day and a mistake, and then you're not having a great day. Well, now it's maybe just not having a good rep. Let's learn from that rep, and let's get better because of it. So his consistency has been a lot better. It's been really good. I think, today was probably his best practice I've seen. And it's hard to say that because it was a little bit lighter practice, but his attention to detail, him, and my goal for him is line up. What's your alignment? What's your stance? What's your read key? Go play fast. Line up. What's potentially your pass pro protection, or what's your route? Go play fast. So I think his urgency to understand everything is heightened, and he's learning at a fast pace. And I appreciate the way he's working, because he's not like in the mindset of I've made it. He has a desire to be great, and he wants to be pushed. He wants to be coached. And for him, I think we have a high level of trust together. He brings a great level of energy, and his attitude. He's opened up a lot more, but he does things with discipline and accountability, and he has a relentless work ethic. And if you've got that, you have a chance to be really good.
Coach, you talked about physicality that you're looking for, and we're not running out of bounds. And how much more physically and mentally are guys like Abu and Carson able to handle that, not being true freshmen anymore, having had a year in the weight room in the spring?
Oh, I think just the time since I've been here, March 1st to now, just to see them grow, to grow mentally, to grow physically. And a lot of it's a mindset. When I'm running the ball, I can either be the hammer or the nail. And our goal is to be the hammer. And we want to run with that one speed, and that one speed is physicality. So it's for them to embody that mindset, but it can't just happen on Saturdays. We need to do that in practice. We need to finish runs. We're not going to go out of bounds. So that's our goal. Our goal is to dictate the terms every time we touch the ball, and they've embodied. It's been fun to see them mature daily, invest in that. So no, that's an area where physically and mentally they're growing daily, and they can still grow a lot. I'm sorry.
Scrimmage on Saturday, did anybody pop off especially, or general thoughts just on how your group did as you're, get an important time on the field like that?
Yeah, big time opportunity evaluation. And the thing that I appreciated as a position coach is this wasn't just another Saturday practice. And from Jump Street, when we went in that meeting room, I knew they weren't messing around. They had a look in their eye. They wanted to go out and play really hard. And from that to the walkthrough, to Indy, to the first couple periods of the scrimmage, to the scrimmage, and the way that they wanted to play, the level of championship detail, the physical intent that we desire, they played well. The three upperclassmen, I thought, did a really good job. Easton Miller did a good job of getting north and south, did a good job in pass protection, did a good job on third down, understanding his check down, getting north, getting the first down. Dylan Lee is still having growth daily. I'm really happy with his performance. In Flora, for a freshman, has shown glimpses of, he's got talent, and I'm excited about Aiden. He's a smart kid. He's willing to learn. He's doing it exactly how we're teaching it, and he's growing daily. So, I think for him to learn from those, if you want to call them upperclassmen, who's been here for a while, it's been a joy to see.